everybody, it's Amy from That Teaching Spark, and today I just wanted to give you a quick overview of my reusable and editable sub-plans that I created for grades 2, 3, and 4. Today I'm going to show you an example of my 3rd grade plans. The 2nd and 4th grade plans are pretty similar. The only differences are going to be the level of difficulty for each of the activities, and then the math games that were created specifically for each grade level. So the preface of this whole thing that I created was basically just to be able to give my team and I something that we could all use so that if there was an emergency that came up, we could very easily help each other out by just telling the sub where this binder was, so that none of us had to create sub-plans or rush around to find things or go make copies or anything like that. So we've been using this for the past 2 years and it's worked out amazingly. I've had great feedback from substitutes that it's really easy for them to follow and keeps the kids engaged all day. So all that I have here is just a 1.5 inch binder, and I've got the spine labeled so that it's very easy to find on my desk. And inside, when you open it up, the first thing you'll find, and you can edit all of this, it's just the overview, the things that you would normally write on a subfolder, or things that you would have to type up every time you have a sub. So I have things on here like my schedule, our special area classes, behavior management rules, my kiddos' names, if the sub has questions, who she can ask, different things like that. If I turn it over to the back, there's more information. And again, you can change any of this that you need to. So I have things like how to take attendance, how our morning routine goes, any important student info, you know, how you have those kiddos who go to special classes, how that works, our lunch and recess information, how dismissal works. Our school does RTI stations, so this was like a different rotation thing I needed to add in. This was added for like if there was a fire or intruder drill, tornado, what they need to do and where they need to go. The next thing when they open it up is basically the sub-plans. So this takes them through math, science, social studies, any extra activities, and then on the back we'll find reading, spelling, and writing, morning work, and dismissal. So all of these things are already spelled out for you exactly what to do, very detailed. You can, however, change them if you'd like to add in different directions or give directions for what specific kids need to do, but everything that you need is right here for you. I also have just things that my district requires, so like our crisis management plan, so that's not something that's in my binder, but that's something that I have to include here, and then a map of the school so they know exactly where to go. And then it starts off with the lessons. So this right here is an example of math. So for math, for 2nd and 3rd and 4th, I basically have 5 games, 5 center rotations, and they were created so that it would be very easy for the sub to explain these games. They're things that the kiddos should be able to do throughout the year, including the beginning of the year, and then they can still do these. I'm planning on adding a whole 2nd set for 2nd semester, so that there's different activities for them to do if needed. So each of these are really easy activities that don't require any manipulatives or anything. The only thing that you need are these cards right here that are also included. Just put it in your little clear plastic sleeve. So all the kiddos do is just cut out these number cards and they take them around with them to each station that they go to. That's all explained for the substitute, exactly how to do it. If you're not comfortable having your kiddos do rotations during this activity, she could very easily just put these up on the board, do one activity together as a class, or do them with individual students. They could still do the same game with a partner. The next thing I have is just the activity that they would do for reading. So with 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade, they'd be doing the same kind of activity. Basically, they're finding sentences or paragraphs, depending on their level, that are correctly done in mentor texts, that you have around your room, so anything in your classroom library, and then they have to make a mistake with capitalization, punctuation, anything like that, and it's completely explained for you. And then they're going to be doing different activities with the substitute, different activities with 3 different partners. So that's all explained as well. For spelling, there is an entire working with words section. And again, depending on the level, will depend on what exactly they're doing for working with words. But if they don't have spelling words, your sub can't find them. There's also a high frequency word list that's included, specific for each grade level. So this is the specific one for 3rd grade. So you just make a class set, put it in here, and then if she needs to pass those out because the kiddos don't know where their spelling words are for the week, they can still be working on high frequency words for their grade level. It'll still be beneficial for them. For reading, I have a reading response scavenger hunt, and again, the outline of this is going to look differently depending on if it's 2nd, 3rd, or 4th grade. This is the 3rd grade one again. So they're going to be using any fiction book that they have. So again, they could be using a book from your library, from their book boxes, or whatever. And it's just basically review things that they should be able to do, but it's really honing in on their skills. So it is beneficial for them to be doing it when you're out. One of the things that my kiddos loved doing for science and social studies was this research project called Research to the Rescue. So basically for this, they are going to be helping out a classroom. For 3rd grade, they're helping out some 1st graders, and for pretend, of course. But they're basically helping this class by giving them a little research book that they can be using to help them in their science and social studies room. So you're really, engaging your students because they feel like they're doing this for a purpose, not just to fill out something. So basically, when they're finished, it'll look something like this. This is something one of my kiddos did. They researched about spiders. So there's different things, again, depending on which level, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, that they need to do. And it's basically taking them through all the different stages of research and nonfiction, but again, going through science or social studies topics. So you're getting in some reading, some writing, and science and social studies. So it's really good for them as well. And then the last thing that's included, depending on the grade level, is just some extras. So like for the 2nd grade one, they're doing some little ghost spelling where you're using a white crayon and then coloring over with marker. And so it's just a fun way to practice spelling. 3rd grade, they're doing some spinning sentences where they're having to use math to figure out what they should do. If they're doing rainbow spelling, fancy letters, bubble letters, what they're actually doing to practice that word. And again, this is only if the substitute needs more time. So far, I haven't had any subs using this extra stuff, but you never know. Depends on your class, how fast they work. This one's just a friendly letter, so there's an example. There's an explanation for how to do the friendly letter. They're writing a letter to you explaining how the day went, how everything was going. So, and then for the extras, if you look back toward the beginning again, it also gives the sub some little games and activities that she could be doing with the class if she needs some extra things to do. So I hope you liked and enjoyed this quick little overview of my sub binder. Again, everything is editable, you can change things to work for your classroom and what you need. You can add extra things in, or you can leave it just like this, and that's what my team has done for the past 2 years. This has worked perfectly for us, and I've had lots of great feedback on Teachers Pay Teachers for my sub plans. So go ahead and go to Teachers Pay Teachers, check out that Teaching Spark, and if you look at the sidebar, you're going to find substitute resources. So if you click on that, it'll take you right to 2nd and 3rd and 4th grade sub plans. Thank you, and don't forget to follow my store. Bye guys.